All right, every business is looking for that edge, right? So what if I told you that you could build a personal spy, one that watches your competitors around the clock 24/7 and costs you absolutely nothing? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to lay out the exact blueprint to do just that.
I want you to picture this for a second. You wake up, you grab your phone, and boom, there's an alert. Your biggest competitor just slashed their prices. And the best part? You didn't have to do a thing to find out. This isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. This is the power of an AI agent, and it's something you can build today.
I mean, seriously, just think about it for a second. How much time do you actually spend doing this manually? You know the drill. Opening a million tabs, hunting for that pricing page, trying to remember what the price was last week. It's just a massive time suck, and you always feel like you're playing catch-up.
Okay, so let's really break this down. We'll look at the old way of doing things versus the incredible advantage you get with this new automated approach.
Right, so the old way is totally reactive. You're checking sites by hand, maybe you miss a critical price drop over the weekend, and suddenly you're losing sales because your pricing is way off. It's inefficient and it is full of holes. But the new way, that's proactive. It's like having this amazing digital employee who never sleeps, never takes a coffee break, and their only job is to watch your competition and ping you the very second something changes.
Okay, now to really get how this works, we have to talk about a super important concept. See, this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill automation. We're talking about something much smarter, AI agents. So let's dig into what actually makes them different. So think about regular automation like a really simple if this, then that rule. You know, like if someone fills out a form on your website, then send them a thank you email. It's a totally static one-way street. It just follows a script, A to B to C, and it never ever deviates.
An AI agent, on the other hand, is a whole different animal. Instead of giving it a rigid script, you give it a goal. And then it reasons, it plans, and it figures out the best way to hit that goal, adapting as things change. It's not a script follower, it's a genuine problem solver.
So here's the bottom line, the most important takeaway. Automation just follows a fixed set of instructions, but an AI agent, you give it a goal and it dynamically decides how to get there. One is just a simple machine, the other is a thinker. All right, so how do we actually build one of these thinking machines? Let's lay out the blueprint, and I promise it's way simpler than you're probably imagining. So the whole process is basically a constant loop. First, you have the trigger. This is what kicks everything off. Let's say every hour on the hour. Next, a tool goes out and scrapes the website to get the latest price data. Then, the brain compares that new price to the old one it has stored. And finally, if they don't match, it fires off the action, sending you that critical alert. Trigger, tool, brain, action. That's really the core of the whole thing. And here's maybe the best part of all. You absolutely do not need to be a coder to do this. Seriously. Platforms like N8N or Make.com let you build this stuff visually. You literally just drag and drop these little blocks, or nodes, for each step and then connect the dots. It's kind of like building with digital Legos.
Okay, let's dive a little deeper and assemble our digital employee. To really see how it works, we've got to pop the hood and look at its three core components.
So first up, you've got the brain. This is usually a large language model, something like GPT-4, and it does all the reasoning and planning. Then you have the memory. This can be something super simple, like a Google Sheet, just to remember past information, like the last price it recorded. And finally, you have the tools. These are basically the agent's hands and eyes, letting it interact with the world. Now, when I say tool, I know that can sound a little technical, but it's really not. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine a website's API is a vending machine. The tool, in this case something called an HTTP request, is you pressing the button for, say, B4. The vending machine then gives you that specific item. That's exactly how our agent uses a tool to ask for the price and get it back.
So, for our competitor's spy agent, the toolbox is actually pretty simple. We'd use Google Sheets for the memory, an HTTP request to get the price, and then a tool for Slack or Gmail to send us that alert. That's it.
Okay, so we have the blueprint. We have the components. Now for the real payoff. And trust me, this is a total game changer. So what does it cost to get this kind of massive competitive advantage up and running? Zero. That's right, nothing. A lot of these powerful automation platforms have free tiers that are more than enough to build this exact agent. You can literally set this up today for free.
And let's be really clear about something. What we're talking about here isn't just a simple price tracker. It's a framework for automated business intelligence. You've essentially created a system that goes out, gathers critical market info, and acts on it for you.
And you can point this thing at anything. Don't just stop at prices. You can track when a competitor's stock is running low, or when they launch a new product, or even when they just change something on their homepage. Heck, you can even track their job postings to get a sneak peek at their future plans. The possibilities here are they're endless.
So, that really just leaves us with one final question. You now have the blueprint to build your very own digital employee. So, what's the first piece of crucial information you're going to have it track for you?